Here is a 2017 Toyota 86. Now this isn't just any normal Toyota 86, it is an 860 Special Edition. And with the Special Edition, Toyota did this color in an orange supernova color with two black stripes that run from the front to the back, and a halo white color where the black stripes run from the front to the back. For some reason, they decided to do only 860 of these. I'm not sure why, but the color is a very nice orange color, and it changes colors based on the sun. Sometimes it looks a little bit more red, sometimes it looks a little bit more orange. Today, I'm going to show you some of the features of the inside to include the stitching and the different colors that they used compared to a normal base model. And I'm going to show you under the hood. Now under the hood, it's the same as any Toyota 86, so it's mainly you're just getting the interior features, you're getting some TRD performance upgrades, and you're getting the special color. So stay tuned, we're going to check out the interior, I'm going to show you the exterior, and we'll take it for a drive on the road. Alright, so looking at the front of the car, you can see that we have this aggressive look in the front. It just swoops down, and you have this bottom grille right here. It's kind of like a honeycomb shape. It's different than the BRZ or the FRS. This is the way Toyota decided to do it with the 86. Alright, so looking at the side of the car, you can see we have pretty much a flat look across. You have one indentation right here that goes along the door panel and up to the front, where this design is with these plastic, empty vents. I guess you could say they're not real vents, they're just for looks. But it pretty much goes straight across, and then you have like a little curve around the tire. And right here you have the Toyota 86 badge. And on the mirrors, you have some gloss right here, and then it becomes plastic all below. So, and then you have the rounded bubbly shape. So it kind of looks more of a flat. And you also have one groove right here that kind of separates the top portion coming to the side of the car. Alright, so this is the back of the Toyota 86, and you can kind of see the shape does kind of look more like a Japanese kind of shape. It doesn't really look like anything that I've seen that's American. You can see that we have this spoiler on top. Now this is what comes with the 860 Special Edition, and of course you have the black stripes on the back, and then you have this 86 bumper sticker. It kind of just protects it from scuffs and whatnot. And then down below you have this black plastic, and you have a third brake light back here, and then the TRD exhaust on the left and right. So this is the rear of the Toyota 86. On top, you can see that there's an indentation on the left and right, so the middle is a little bit lower than the two sides, and then you also have the shark antenna fin on the back. So looking at the tires of the 2017 Toyota 86, we have 17-inch rims, and the tire size is 215/45R17. Looking at the hood, you can see that the hood is very thin, and that's because the hood is made out of strong aluminum. And the reason why they did that is because 53% of the weight is up front, 40% of the weight is in the rear, so it's a 53-47, almost evenly distributed weights for the car. Looking under the hood of a Toyota 86, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder boxer engine, and it's a boxer engine because it has 2 cylinders on each side, and it also sounds different than a normal engine. Since this is the automatic version, it comes with 151 pounds of torque, 200 horsepower. If you get the manual, it gets upgraded 5 on each, so it becomes 156 pounds of torque and 205 horsepower for the Toyota 86. So looking on the interior of the cockpit, you can see that we have a steering wheel for the Toyota 86. Now this is a smaller steering wheel than the normal Toyota 86, but it still matches and looks good in the car in my opinion. On the left side you have the window lock, the window control module for the left door, the door lock, and the button to adjust the mirrors. Down below you have illumination for the inside, trunk release, down there, hood release. Up here you have the speedometer. In the middle you have your RPMs. And on the right side, I believe it's a 4.1 or 4.2 inch LED screen, and you can see the fuel level. You can also see coolant level, engine oil temperature, and correction, it was coolant temperature as well. Battery life, you can see how many miles you have in the car, the temperature, and then you can also go to different menus to view like how many miles you have left. And then if you go to the right side, you can do a start or stop watch. You can also view how many G's you're pulling, and etc. It also tells you when you have maintenance. You can change the welcome screen, disable it. You can view the language and stuff like that. So it's just more information for the vehicle. Now moving on the left side, you can see you have your paddle shifters right here. Then you have your knob for the windows, your lights, stuff like that. Down here you have the buttons to control the radio. On the right side this is the touchpad to control that screen back there. Down below you have cruise control, and you also have your right paddle shifter right there. Now moving over, this is an aftermarket Pioneer radio. The standard radio for 2017 doesn't come with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, so I had to upgrade it. Down below you have your clock, you have your hazard switch, you have the light that tells you if passenger airbag is on or off. Then down below you have your AC controls. Now this is a dual climate car, so you can set the left and the right to different temperatures. And on the bottom you have these little toggle switches to make dual mode on or circulation, or have AC or the rear defroster. It kind of reminds me of the newer Mustangs that has these toggle switches, but this is a Toyota 86. Down here you have the push to start button. Then you have a small pocket for maybe like an old school phone if you still carry a flip phone around. On the right side you have your USB and 3.5 aux adapter. Moving below you have the shifter. This is an automatic transmission. It kind of looks like a manual, but it is automatic. Down below you have your sport and snow mode. Then you have traction control on or off, and you can also go into the track mode on the right side. Moving down you have a special badge, because this is the 860 Special Edition. They included a badge, and then below it you have heat seat warmers. Now moving below that you have a 12 volt adapter, so you can charge your devices. And then below that we have a kind of like a tray or pocket for accessories. You can put your pens there, and you can use this for a cup holder, and you can also move it forward or back. But this car doesn't have armrest unless you go aftermarket or you buy an overpriced part from the dealer. Moving to the right, we have this suede material, and it says Toyota 86 in orange. Then when you move down, the factory floor mats have the Toyota 86 logo, and it's a really nice look to it. And moving to the seats, you can see that we have this suede material, so it kind of changes based on which direction the suede material is at. And you can see all the orange stitching around the seat. It looks really good in my personal opinion, and it does give it that extra texture. As you can see, like, the orange stitching goes all the way around, and then you have it down here, by the shifter, and also by the emergency parking brake, the steering wheel, and on the left side of the car as well. Now moving to the back seats, you can see that this is a 4-seater car, but you have very little room for legs, if none at all, when the seat's all the way back. So unless you have small kids or people that don't mind sitting in the back, nobody's going to want to sit back here. It does look nice back here nonetheless, but you can put the seat back down and have more trunk space if you like. Underneath the steering wheel, you can see that we have these metal plated foot pedals, and it's for the brake, the gas, and just a resting position. Alright, Alright, so now that we're on the road, you can see that this car does have really good handling. You don't really feel that roll in a normal car that you do. You kind of just sit in place, and that's because the car is evenly distributed for the most part. You got that 53% of the weight is in the front, 47 in the back. So, and you also have like strut bars and stuff like that that keeps the engine steady and the car steady. So you don't feel roll when you're turning, even no matter how sharp you're turning for the most part. As far as horsepower, that's the main complaint about these cars is the lack of horsepower. You only get 200 for an automatic or 205 for a manual. This car is an automatic, so it's 200. But in my opinion, if you just want a car that has a little bit more get up and go than like a Civic or a Camry or a Corolla, then this is a good car. It does have a lot less horsepower than a Mustang or a Camaro for the same price range, but if you want something that looks different and stands out, you know, the Toyota 86 is a really good car. You do notice that the horsepower really kicks in when you're over 4,000 RPMs. Right now I'm just cruising at almost 3,000 RPMs. And but it does have a, you know, get up and go when you need it. It's kind of like the power's there when you need it. It's just not always there just sitting around, you know. So, but in my personal opinion, I think it's worth it, and it does have a decent amount of horsepower if you for the weight that the car is. And but this car is mainly known for its steering and its evenly weight distribution. As you can see, I'm here and I'm kind of doing some steering, but my body's not really moving anywhere like it does in a normal car. It's just like a good fit for a regular, you know, something that's tuned for a good suspension and whatnot. But other than that, the test drive for this vehicle is really fun. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit better than the normal but not as fast as a Mustang or a Camaro for the same price range, I think you'll find it in a 2017 or any Toyota 86 for the most part. And I do know that the second generation is coming out, and that is expected to have, you know, between 230 and 260 horsepower. But so if you want to wait for more horsepower, you have to wait for the second gen. And if you don't want to wait, or you just don't mind the lack of horsepower, and that being the only main complaint for these vehicles, then this is a great car to have, and I recommend it. So this is the review of the 2017 Toyota 86 860 Special Edition. In my personal opinion, I think it's worth about the $30,000 MSRP that they say. If you want something that's different than something similar on the market like a Camaro or a Mustang, with this car you get a car that has great handling, a decent amount of horsepower for the weight that it is, and you get a car that stands out, that looks different than other vehicles, because this is a supernova orange color. It also comes in the halo white. Both of them have black stripes, and it's a very good car if you want something that's going to last a very long time and it's reliable, because keep in mind it is made with a collaboration between Subaru and Toyota. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching today's video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe, or hit that bell icon to get notified for my next video. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.